Hello everyone, welcome to my channel Easy Learning. This video will be the last video for this chapter where I will be explaining you the left questions 6, 7, 8 and 9 of exercise 6.4. So to begin with question number 6, which says find the length of the side of a square whose area is given 441 meters square. So you see a figure here where the area of the square is given as 441 meters square. So let's see, these are word problems where the area of the square is given how much? 441 meters square, and you have to calculate the side of the square, and we know the property that all sides in the squares are equal. So if I assume the side as x meter, what will be the area? Area of square is side into side, which gives me x into x means x square, right? So I can place x square will be equal to 441. If I want to calculate x, it will be the square root of 441. Now, how we can calculate the square root of 441? We can use the prime factorization method also, or we can do the long division. Let's see. If you make pair, this is 2 to the 4. 4 minus 4 is 0. When I copy the next pair, which is 41, 2 plus 2 is 4. And this is very straightforward. 41 into 41 will give me the same number which I am needing. So from here, if I see x is coming out 21 meter, right? So what can I write? Thus, the required side of square ABCD is how much? 21 meter. So this was a simple question. We have applied the area of square formula to calculate the side of the given square. Okay, you can pause the video if you want to note it down. Now moving to question number 7. If this question has two parts, there is a right angle triangle ABC is given. So first I will be drawing a triangle for you, which is given as a right angle triangle ABC, and it is right angle here. Okay, what it says, angle B is 90 degree. Of course, if AB is 6, this is given 6 centimeter and BC is given 8 centimeter, you have to find AC. If I assume it as x centimeter, right? Now we will recall the Pythagoras theorem, because we know the Pythagoras theorem is applicable on the right angle triangle. So, and we know the longest side in a right angle triangle is your hypotenuse, right? So this is your longest side and this is your base and this is your perpendicular length, right? This is the perpendicular. So how do we write the Pythagoras theorem? So using Pythagoras theorem in right angle triangle, that is important to mention, right angle triangle ABC. Now what is your theorem? How do we write? Hypotenuse square will be equal to sum of the squares of other two sides, which is your base and your perpendicular side, or sum of the squares of the other two sides. So if I write it, hypotenuse is how much? This is your AC. So I can write AC square is equals to AB square plus the base is your BC. Now I know AB is already given how much? 6. And BC is how much? 8 given. So I will place the value of BC as well. 6 square means 6 into 6. There is a very common error which I have noticed many students does. 6 square, they do 6 2s are 12, which is absolutely wrong. You have to expand 6 2 times. 6 square means expand it 2 times, 36. Similarly, 8 into 8 is 64, which gives you 100. So you see, this is your AC square. If I want to calculate AC, this will be the square root of 100. And we know the square root of 100 is 10. And the unit is given in centimeters. So the unknown side, the hypotenuse of this question will be yours 10 centimeter. Okay, you can pause the video if you want to note it down. I am moving to the second part of this question, in which again a right angle triangle is given. So we will draw a rough figure which always helps to solve the question. Again, label your figures, say as A, B and C. Here AC is given as 13 centimeters. So we know the length of the hypotenuse is given here. BC is given as 5 centimeter and we have to calculate the perpendicular length. So here we assume it as 8 centimeter. Okay, so we will again make use of Pythagoras theorem. The only difference will be that you have to make certain transitions from left to right or right to left. So again we will write using Pythagoras theorem in right angled triangle, and we have named it as ABC. Hypotenuse square means AC square is equals to perpendicular length, which is AB square plus base square, right? AC is how much? 13 square is equals to AB means x square plus BC is your 5 square. 13 into 13, if you calculate, it is how much? It gives you 169. So 169 is equals to x square plus 5 square means 25. Now I have to calculate this x square. So I will make certain transitions. I will shift this 25 on the other side. So it gives me x square is equals to 169 minus 25. Now subtract it. 9 minus 5 is 4 and 16 minus 12 is again 4. So what I am getting? I am getting x square as 144. If I have to calculate x, that will be square root of 144, right? And how much is the square root of 144 is 12 centimeter. So you want to do it using prime factorization also. You can do 2 7s are 14, 2 2s are 4, 2 3s are 6, 12, 2 1s are and then 8s are, 2 9s are 18, then 3 3s are and 3 1s are 1. So we will again start making the groupings. So you are getting a perfect pair of 2, then again a perfect pair of 2 and then again a pair of 3. So 2 2s are 4 and then 4 3s are 12. So I get the square root of 144 as 12 centimeter. It means this unknown side, the perpendicular x, is how much? 12 centimeter. So to solve this question number 7, I have made use of the Pythagoras theorem. Students, please pause the video if you want to note it down. Now question number 8 and 9. Again, it is on the same concept which we have done in our last video, which was question number 4 and 5. So question number 8 says, a gardener has 1000 plants. So how many plants in total? A gardener has total plants how much? 1000 plants. He wants to plant these in such a way that the number of rows are your horizontal line, are equal to the number of column. So how many rows you are taking, your number of columns are also same. So he wants to place these 1000 plants, suppose in this grid, keeping one point in the mind that the number of rows should be equal to the number of columns. Okay, find the minimum number of plants. He needs more for this. So for this condition, to satisfy this condition that the number of rows should be equal to the number of column, how many more plants he has to add in this 1000 so that this condition is justified. So this is same as that question, that least number you have to find which must be added to make a given number perfect square. So what we have done, we will be finding the square root of 1000 first. Okay, now with the same method, 3 3s are is 9. Subtract 1. 3 plus 3 is 6. If you copy the next pair, it gives you 100. Now if I try 61 into 1 is 61. And I know 62 will be greater. 2 2s are 4, 2 6 are 12. Right? This is greater than 100. So I will go 61 with 61. Subtract it. 10 minus 1, 9. And 9 minus 6 is 3. So you are getting a remainder of 39. Right? What we will do now, it means we can conclude from here that 31 square is less than 1000, right? What is your next square number after 31? Next square number will be 32 square after 31, right? What is the square of 32? 2 2s are 4, 2 3s are 6, 3 2s are 6, 3 3s are 9, 4, 12, 1024. It means if I take the difference of 1024 and 1000, how much I am getting? I am getting 24. So I am getting 24 here. It means 24 more plants I have to add in this, because this number is a perfect square number 1024, but 1000, you see, it is an 1000 odd number of zeros, so we know it is not a perfect square number. So how many plants we will be adding? Number of plants required to be added in 1000 will be how much? 24 plants. So if you get 24 more plants, you will get 1024. Then you have a perfect square number and you can place them in an equal proportion, as in number of rows will be equal to number of columns. Okay, I hope this question is clear to you. Now I am going to explain you the last question of this chapter, which is question number 9. There are 500 children in a school. So total number of children is given. Total number of children in a school is given how much? 500. For a PT drill, they have to stand in such a manner that the number of rows, again the same concept, if I am taking 2 rows, there has to be 2 columns. So the number of rows is equal to number of columns. So you have to make these students stand in such a way that how many students are standing in the rows, the same number of students are standing in the columns. How many children would be left out? So now they are not saying how many will you add, how many will be left out if you follow this arrangement. So whatever remainder we will get after calculating with the long division method, it means those number of students will left out. So let's start doing it. 500. This is your first group. This is your second group. Go ahead. 2 2s are 4. 1. Right? Copy the next pair. This is 2 plus 2 is 4. If I go 41 into 1, 41 less than 100. 42 into 2, 2 2s are 4. Again you are getting a number which is less than 84. If I go 43 into 3, of course it is going to be bigger. 3 3s are 9, 3 4s are 12, greater than 100. So I will take 42 into 2. Right? And 42 2s is 84, subtract it, 16. Right? So I am getting a remainder of 16. So if I follow this condition with these number of children, there will be 16 students. There will be how many students? 16 students, which won't be able to fit in the given pattern. So how will you write your answer statement? Thus, the required number of children to be left out will be how much? 16, as 16 is the remainder, right? And they are not asking you the new number and to calculate the square root of the given number. This much, how many children would be left? 16 in this arrangement. Okay, so children, with this I have done with the chapter. I have explained you the entire concepts in all the videos. Please see all the videos, and I will still suggest you, before I am closing this chapter, please do watch my introductory video wherein I have explained all the methods. Thank you, and keep watching my channel and put your doubts in the comment box, in the chat box, where I will explain it nicely. Thank you. Take care.